Hello fellow bargain buyers. In today's video we're hitting up Salvation Army and Goodwill trying to find things to flip online for profit. If you're new here, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and turn on the notifications bell so you can get notified when I post another video. Let's see what Salvation Army has to offer. Right off the bat, I went to the shoes and they had a couple of pairs that were good, but I saw these which I was really confused about, so I wanted to look them up because there was 4 pairs in this Salvation Army, and when I ended up looking them up, it looked like they went for around $30, but the size was 15 on these, and I just felt like maybe that they wouldn't just sell as good since they were like a really big shoe, and they were priced at $15 here too, so not a whole lot of room to make money there, so I did pass on those. I looked at the hats real quick because last time I came here I found a melon hat. I don't know if you've ever heard of that brand, but that is a very good brand for hats, and I sold that in 2 days for $30 and I picked it up for $3. So I always want to check the hats now that I know that brand. I started to look at the polo shirts, and this is one of my new favorite things to sell. There's this Callaway one for $8 I think it was, but I passed on that. It's just too much for a Callaway polo shirt. But then I saw this one behind it, and it is Callaway, and it has a really cool color to it, and I picked that up because that one is only $4.99, so that has a lot more room for profit, and I think I can sell that one for $16. I looked through all the polo shirts and something caught my eye on the rack down here, which I thought about looking at, but I didn't, so I changed my mind and went back to it, and I think it's going to be worth it. It is a Kansas State University like giveaway maybe? I'm not 100% sure. It's like a sweatshirt from Nike, and they had it priced at $5.99, and I knew that some of these sweatshirts can be worth quite a bit of money, and I looked it up and I saw one that was from University of Kentucky for $45 pre-owned, and I'm like, okay, let's grab it, because in my eyes, when it has like the American flag and the camouflage, it's like a salute to service sort of thing. So I always pretty much grab the salute to service. They're very popular and easy to sell, and I really like buying those. I am done at Salvation Army. Let's head on to Goodwill and see if we can find anything there. Pulling into Goodwill, and I was actually really surprised to only see 3 to maybe even 5 vehicles at Goodwill. Normally there's about 15 to 20 cars, which is kind of weird for this time of day. Going into Goodwill, my bar is set very low because the last time that I went into Goodwill, and for the past 3 months, the Goodwill prices have been so much higher than normal. I have not really been buying anything in here, so let's see what they have. The new tag for the day was pink, and if you don't know about that, you can actually look on the Goodwill tag and it'll show the date that it was put out, and this week's tag is pink, and they change it every single week to a different color, and you can actually start to figure out what tags will be half off the week after. So it's kind of useful for me anyways. That's basically only how I find my items at Goodwill, just by looking for the new tag in the clothing or in the electronics and etc. But that is a little tip of the day for you. Heading to the golf clubs section, not really had any luck recently in the golf clubs section. There's a bunch of older clubs which got donated, and they're basically junk, and they're priced at like $6 a piece, so I'm not going to be buying any of those. They did have a bunch right there, which I think someone just took them out of a bag and they wanted the bag instead of the clubs, but there is nothing there. Some fresh carts right out of the back, and that is always a good sign, means they're stocking. And I saw something on the bottom of this one which caught my eye, and I saw that it was only $4, which is even better. It is a bag of Nerf gun attachments, which I will be picking up. Those sell really good on eBay, especially if they're like a older model or something that's very rare. I think one of the scopes in here sells for around $12.99 free shipping, so that'll make my money back instantly. I went to the men's section and I saw a bunch of new shoes, which I didn't see a couple of days ago, which I was pretty excited about, but still nothing to buy and resell until I saw a cart which was full of shoes. I went through the polo shirts and I saw this. It is a Callaway polo shirt for $4.99. It's a good color wave, and it is size XL. I'll be picking that up and listing it for $16 to probably $18. The shoes right here I am looking at are a pair of Jordan 4s right here, and they are called Shimmer, and they're in really good condition, and they're a size women's 6.5, so I'm gonna pick those up. There's no price on them, but they ended up being $10, which is a really good deal for these shoes, and I will always pick them up if they're in good condition. And these ones are real. Sometimes you can feel a fake one, but these ones I could tell by the way they felt, and just like the stitching and basically everything about them, you can just tell if they're real or not. And there's also some Cole Haans in there, so I'm like, okay, let's go grab a cart and get back down there as fast as I can. I grabbed everything and put it in the cart and went past the speed limit down the ramp, and I am now gonna get these Cole Haans, which I think they're my size, and you can see me in the mirror. It's kind of funny there, but they are size 11, and there's a pair of black and a pair of brown ones, which I will be picking up for myself. And that is a really good deal for $6 a piece. I've actually almost bought them brand new, so I'm glad I didn't. And now I got those for a really good deal. As you can see, I have 2 jerseys in my cart, which I actually did not record because my GoPro was malfunctioning or something, or I forgot to record. But I also got a pair of MLB shorts for $10, which I'm going to pick up too. And the jerseys were $8 a piece, and you will not believe what they were worth. Another day of Goodwill searching, but at a different Goodwill. The last time I went here, I did not get anything, so let's see what we can get today. Started out in the golf clubs as usual. I saw this putter. It was $4. I put it in my cart, but I ended up putting it back because it actually wasn't worth it. It was like a junior putter. Even though it felt really long, it just didn't really sell that good, so there wouldn't be very much profit. They also had a couple of old TaylorMades in here and a PGA Tour club, but nothing really of any value for me to sell on eBay. So let's keep going and see if we can find anything else. I saw at the corner of my eye an axe-handled bat, and when I saw that, I was like, that has to be worth something. I ended up looking it up, but it is not worth it. It actually is like really badly damaged on the top. I put it in my cart because I didn't look it up at this exact time because I felt like they were stocking really quick. So I was just trying to grab things, put it in my cart, and then look it up later to see if it was any value. But normally I would pick up that bat because it is pretty good. It would sell for $35 to $40, but since it has a broken head on it, I'm going to pass on it. I was looking at the axe-handled bat still to look it up, and right when I put my phone away, I noticed that there was a pair of Merrell hiking boots, and they were $15. I grabbed them. I didn't really look at them, to be honest. I did eventually put them back later in the video, but the leather was actually peeling, and that was not a good deal for me at all. I think what happened is they may have been in like storage or something like that, and they completely like dry rotted and just completely made them old and not really worth anything. And when I was looking at those other Merrell shoes, I saw there was a pair of Brooks and in really good condition, and they were only $10, and I could not believe they've actually been here for 2 days. I feel like those would have gone instantly at my Goodwill, but I picked those up, and those should be worth a good profit. Once again, I am looking for the new tag of the day or of the week. In this case, it's actually of the half week or something, but it is orange and pink for this week, so I know the orange tags are going to be new tags. That's why I look at the jeans or any other clothing thing and look for the orange tag, because then I know it is a new item and is most likely not been checked to see if it has value. So I started looking at the pants, and I ended up finding a really good pair of pants. As you can see right here, there is a mountain with a shield. That is a very good brand to look out for. If you've never heard of it, it is called KUHL, and it's pronounced Cole. This is a really good brand of pants to pick up for reselling, and these are only $7, and they should bring in around $35, I want to say, maybe even $40 of profit. I'm really excited about those. You really don't find those where I'm at. For some reason, they were at this Goodwill, so I'm really excited. That's everything in this Goodwill. Let's head home. I'm going to show you everything I got and how much it is worth. I am back from all the thrift stores, and I'm going to show you everything I got and how much it is worth. Let's get right into it. The first thing we got right here is a bunch of Nerf gun attachments, some scopes, barrels, stocks, magazines, all that kind of stuff for $4. I would say for all these I would be able to make around $35. That's my guess if I sell them individually or maybe in a big lot. Next up, we got a pair of Jordan 4s. They got a little spot on the toe, but these are called shimmer, and the bottoms are in really good condition, and they look like they're going for around $60. I would say I might be able to get a little bit less since they are a little bit dirty. Hopefully I can get the spots out. I think I can, but we will see. And they're a really cool shoe, and they're a size women's 6.5, and those should sell really quick. I also got a Callaway polo shirt right here, XL, for $4.99. This is just bread and butter right here. You can always sell these. Callaway is basically a brand that I buy if I can get their polo shirts cheap. They'll sell for like $16 to $20, and they normally sell really quick. At the first store, you saw me buy two things, which I don't have right here because they're both listed. One sold for $30, the Kansas State sweatshirt. That sold for $30 in like 2 hours, and the polo shirt I have listed. I think I have a watcher on it, but it's listed for $16. I also got a pair of Nike Miami Marlins shorts for $10. They are like one they would issue, I think, to like an MLB player or in the minor leagues, but I paid $10, and they look like they're selling for around $30 to $35. Some of my favorite things to buy right here are jerseys. We got this. It is a Curry jersey. This I paid $8 for, which is pretty surprising considering they price up like a Nike hoodie to $15, but not a jersey to $15, but only to $8. So that will sell for $35 to $40, and that is a size large. We also have this one, which is a size medium. It is Kevin Durant, and it has the cool The City logo. And I paid $8 for this, and it looks like it's going for around $35 also. You also saw me buy a couple of pairs of Cole Haans. I'm going to be keeping those for myself. And at the last thrift store, I bought these. These are a pair of Brooks Ghost Together. So I'm not really sure like what the exact model is, but I think they should be able to sell for $35 to $40, and they're basically not even been worn. But pretty excited to find Brooks. They sell really good, especially when they're in good condition. Another bread and butter brand right here that you don't find a whole lot, but when you do, you should pick it up. It is Cole, and you can always just look out for this mountain in like a shield shape. But I paid $7 for these. They're size 34, 30, and they're in actually excellent condition. Just throw them in the wash, and that should bring in $40, I would say. I love buying this brand. It's very high quality and a very good sell-through rate. That is everything I found in today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And if you guys want to check out any of my items, they will be linked in the description on my eBay store, as long as my grandma and grandpa's eBay store. If you want to go check it out, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.